Have you ever wondered how ancient civilizations fed millions without modern tractors, fertilizers, or irrigation systems? The answer lies in the incredible ingenuity and deep ecological knowledge of indigenous cultures. Today, we're taking a journey back in time to uncover some of the most sophisticated and sustainable farming techniques ever developed, practices that are not just historical curiosities, but hold vital lessons for our future. Let's start in the Americas, with a system you might have heard of: the Three Sisters. This wasn't just a random planting method. It was a stroke of agricultural genius perfected by various indigenous peoples, including the Iroquois. They planted corn, beans, and squash together in a symbiotic relationship. The tall corn stalks provided a natural trellis for the beans to climb. The beans, in turn, were nitrogen fixers, pulling nitrogen from the air and enriching the soil, which is exactly what nutrient-hungry corn needs. At the base, the sprawling squash plants with their large leaves created a living mulch, shading the soil to retain moisture, prevent weeds, and deter pests. This trio provided a nearly complete and balanced diet, all while improving soil health year after year. It's a perfect example of companion planting, a system that works with nature, not against it. Now let's travel south to the Andes Mountains, home of the Inca Empire. Farming on steep, rugged mountainsides seems impossible, right? Well, the Incas mastered it with their breathtaking agricultural terraces, or andines. These weren't just simple ledges cut into the hill. They were marvels of engineering. Each terrace had a base layer of large stones for drainage, followed by a layer of gravel, then sand, and finally, a top layer of rich soil, often carried up from the valleys below. This layered structure prevented soil erosion from heavy rains and allowed water to filter down slowly, irrigating each level. The stone walls absorbed the sun's heat during the day and radiated it back at night, protecting the crops from the cold mountain temperatures and extending the growing season. This allowed them to grow potatoes, quinoa, and corn at altitudes where it would otherwise be impossible. But the Incas had another trick up their sleeve in the high-altitude plains around Lake Titicaca. Here, they developed a system called waru, or raised fields. They dug canals and used the excavated soil to create long, elevated planting beds. This was incredibly clever for a region prone to both floods and frosts. During the rainy season, the canals would drain away excess water, preventing the crops from drowning. This stored water would then be available during dry spells. But here's the most brilliant part. The water in the canals absorbed solar heat during the day and released it slowly at night, creating a microclimate that protected the crops from the frequent and devastating frosts. It's an ancient form of climate control, all done with simple earth and water. Let's move to another part of the world, to the arid landscapes of the American Southwest. How did the ancestral Puebloans, like those at Chaco Canyon, farm in the desert? They became masters of water conservation. They built intricate networks of check dams, canals, and gridded gardens to capture and manage every precious drop of rainfall. They would build small stone dams across washes and arroyos to slow down flash floods, allowing the water to soak into the ground and deposit nutrient-rich silt. They also designed their fields on gentle slopes with rock borders to channel runoff directly to the roots of their corn and squash plants. They understood the landscape intimately, knowing exactly where and how water would flow during a storm. It was a delicate dance with the desert, a system of patience and observation that allowed communities to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Meanwhile, in the Amazon rainforest, a place many assume has poor soil unsuitable for large-scale agriculture, archaeologists have discovered something amazing: terra preta, or Amazonian dark earth. This isn't natural soil. It's a man-made, incredibly fertile soil created by ancient Amazonian peoples over thousands of years. They enriched the typically poor, acidic soil with a specific mixture of charcoal, pottery shards, compost, and animal bones. The charcoal, or biochar, is the key ingredient. Its porous structure acts like a sponge, holding onto water and nutrients that would otherwise be washed away by the heavy rains. It also provides a habitat for beneficial microbes. This terra preta remains fertile for centuries, a testament to a system that didn't just use the land, but actively improved it, creating pockets of agricultural abundance within the rainforest. This completely changed our understanding of what was possible in the Amazon. From the floating gardens, or chinampas, of the Aztecs that created new farmland out of a lake, to the firestick farming of indigenous Australians that used controlled burns to manage the landscape and promote the growth of specific plants, these ancient techniques share common threads. They are all based on a deep, multi-generational understanding of local ecosystems. They prioritize biodiversity, soil health, and water conservation. They are inherently sustainable and regenerative. So why does this matter today? Our modern industrial agriculture system, while incredibly productive, faces enormous challenges. Soil degradation, water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, and a heavy reliance on fossil fuels. These ancient methods offer a treasure trove of inspiration. Concepts like agroforestry, companion planting, and biochar are now being rediscovered and studied by modern scientists and farmers looking for more sustainable solutions. These indigenous techniques are not relics of the past. They are a powerful reminder that there are other ways to feed the world, ways that are resilient, ecological, and in harmony with the planet. They prove that the most advanced technology isn't always a machine. Sometimes it's a deep understanding of nature's patterns. By studying and honoring this ancient wisdom, we can find pathways to a more sustainable and food-secure future for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you found this fascinating, please give this video a like and subscribe for more explorations into the wisdom of the past. Let me know in the comments which of these techniques impressed you the most. See you next time.